Immediately upon pulling the boss, and every 8 seconds afterwards, the boss is going to cast Firewall, which makes a portion of the bridge that you're standing on turn into flames, dealing about 1,000,000 damage to anybody standing in it. This is not fatal, but it is definitely a healing challenge, and you're going to want to constantly be moving to the safe areas around the arena. Healers are going to want to keep an eye on those that get consumptive flames on them that's going to cause them to burn for extra damage. If you have this debuff, you should definitely avoid being in the fire. Summon Flame Geyser is going to cause multiple adds to appear around the stadium. These are going to be stationary adds that will constantly cast Blaze, which is an interruptible spell that causes AoE damage and then gives them a stacking haste buff. If these things go uninterrupted for too long, they're going to become unmanageable. It's just too much damage for your healers to be able to deal with. Upon death, these guys are going to create a soak zone around them, and if anybody is not within the zone, but when it expires, it will detonate for raid-wide damage. Otherwise, it will split a large amount of damage from all targets within the area and knock them backwards. And then finally, the boss is occasionally going to teleport to one side of the bridge and start casting Scorching Wind. This is going to push all players backwards away from him towards the other side of the bridge and could potentially knock you off the platform. You're going to have to run against this, constantly running towards the boss and not get pushed off, while still dealing with interrupting the mobs and standing in the soak zones. Throughout this phase, he's also going to channel into the current tank, doing a massive pushback onto that target, pushing them even further past everybody else. Your tanks are going to want to be running against the wind and taunting back and forth whenever one of the tanks gets close to the back edge, making sure that you can avoid anybody getting knocked off the platform. This boss is a major pain, and it's one of the toughest ones to get through at the start of this raid. You're going to be constantly moving through the arena, prioritizing which minion targets you have to be taking out, so you'll have people that can soak the flames, and that the soak mechanics are not within the fire that changes about every 8 seconds. So you need to plan out your damage and try and split your damage out amongst all the different adds, so when the flames change, you can then focus priority down and take out targets that are within the safe zone, and constantly be interrupting and managing the targets that are outside of it. The tank that is currently being channeled into the boss during the knockback should never be in the bounce mechanic from one of the minions. They will get knocked back quite a bit further if they are knocked into the air by the minion. As the fight progresses, he continues to spawn more and more flame geysers whenever he summons them, and eventually that's going to become unmanageable. Once you have the current set of flame geysers dealt with and you have him below 20% health, you're going to want to switch to completely burning him and just keeping the existing flame geysers interrupted while you burn him down and take him out. I hope this guide helped you out. I'm Zesty Fresh, this is Games, and we'll catch you guys next time.